You got a new guy out there practicing with you. What do you think about him?
He's good. Good. Can we say the new guy's name?
Yes.
Yeah, Victor was okay. He was okay.
Didn't want to trap you with anything.
No. They coach me very well. I would say that Alex and his staff do a good job.
What kind of role are you expecting to play if a deal is done?
Well, he'll be another piece in the, midfield. He's technically very clean, good passer of the ball, and we will see. I have the luxury of having a good squad, and we can bring him along slowly as he gets to know his teammates. The coaching staff gets to know him a little bit better, and then I'll be able to answer that probably in more detail. But we brought him here because he's technically good, solid passer, gets around the field, and hopefully here in our league he'll be able to create opportunities for other players.
For now, does it raise the level of training for the guys that have already been here?
Sure. Today was good.
When the team is scouting a guy, do they get back to you, show you video? Do they communicate in regards to the players that are coming in?
Of course. We're aware of, when they narrow the list, because obviously we can't, we got other things to do. But when they narrow the list and they get their targets, we all have conversations. I think that's one of Chris's strengths. He does a good job of getting us the information that we need, and then we digest it, and then we make decisions as a group.
What was it like lining it or having Ziggy on the other coach's box there on Saturday? Was that weird for you at all?
No. Look, a lot of it made for good TV and good news and everything, but I've said this to you guys in the past. The game wasn't about, or our club isn't defined by Zig, or it's not defined by me. We're stewards of the club. I mean, there will be plenty of coaches after I'm gone as well. And so for me, it was, friend to friend, yes. Nice to have him back in coaching, yes. But on the field, the preparation, the soccer, all of that, you heard Chad's comments, some of the other guys, they're pros. I mean, we took it as a road game against a good opponent, against a rival. That's the way we looked at it.
You guys been in much contact since last summer?
Yeah. When we went down there, we had beers in Toronto. He actually, I'll tell you guys this, he actually came to our hotel and we had some drinks the night before the game. Tommy and I have had coffee with him when we go to LA. So there's been communication.
Seemed like you were disappointed with the tie in LA. Is that can you talk about the progress of the team thus far to where you're at now compared to earlier in the season when maybe a point in LA would have been a good thing?
Well, I'm going to remove a couple things from your question. Like LA, I'm going to say any game that we felt that we had the better of our opposition. Certainly the cleaner looks, because I can't sit here and say that LA didn't have some chances. I can't say that, right? And in the first half, guys could say it was even half. So some people, if you're an LA fan, if you're a soccer guy just watching the game, you can say it was an even first half. But in the second half, we had two really clean looks that we should have scored. Absolutely should have scored. Even one goal would have put us in a place where we could have dictated tempo. And then certainly the last 9 minutes of the game, the 5 minutes plus whatever added time, I felt that was in one area that we could have done a little bit better. I mean, they were gassed, they were tired. A little more possession, a couple better choices might have given us a chance to score. So that's why I was a little disappointed. Not just because it's LA or Zig or the rivalry. It was we should have won the game.
This might not be super relevant over this past weekend, but over the course of the season, it seems like you guys have started slow, probably more often than you would like, and dug yourself in some holes. How do you explain that as a coach?
A very astute question, because we actually discussed that in the coaches' meeting this morning. Last couple of games, you might want to throw out the DC game, but that was just an overall bad performance. But against San Jose, we started off slow too. So it's something that we've addressed. We've talked about warm-up, pre-game warm-up, day before the game, how we message the group. We've discussed all those things, and we don't have an answer yet. but we are cognizant of it. You know, we're always trying to be better every day, and you know, I think the team feels the same. I think the players want to get better every day, and you know, I could say, if I'm being honest, there were some games where we started off good. You know, again, the last game in LA, we started off really well. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of mirrors our up and down season a little bit.
Do you think it has anything to do with you guys being the defending champs and opponents getting up for you guys and you guys having to raise to that?
I would say earlier in the year, Matt, I would say yes. I think now teams are, you know, it's the Sounders. I'm not so sure they add MLS Cup champs in their pregame talks, but I don't know.
Nico keeps popping up from all these tackles, some of them pretty strong. Most fouled guy in the league. Is there a step that a next step the club can take to the league about a guy that is consistently on the carpet?
Well, we all season long, Chris Henderson writes in the referee reports, and then we also have been in contact with the head of referees about targeting of our skillful players. You know, Nico's one of them, but they know sometimes they can get under Dempsey's skin, or, you know, sometimes you get under Ozzy's skin, and, you know, we want it to be soccer games. You know, some of the gamesmanship, yes, it's there because it's part of our sport. But, you know, we would prefer not to see tackles from behind with, you know, legs coming to, we would prefer not to see that. And we would prefer those people that do that to be punished, not just with a yellow.
It's been reported that Joevin Jones is leaving the team next season. What are your thoughts in that regard?
Well, I'm going to be disappointed to lose him. Joevin has been a tremendous player, a big part of our MLS Cup run, and I think his growth as a player has kind of taken off here in Seattle, and it's given him more opportunities. And, you know, Seattle's a big club. People watch. Certainly, you know, his time with TNT gives him exposure in different parts of the world. So, yeah, it's hopefully it's a good deal for him. And me personally, I'm going to miss him.
Have you spoken to him at all about?
Oh yeah.
Does he seem determined to make another impact on the end of this season to leave on a good memory?
Joevin is a good pro. He has a lot of credibility within the group, not just because he's a good player, but he's a good team player. He's a good guy. So I expect him, as long as he's here, to do exactly what the team needs to win games. And he's proven that, you know, the 2 years that he's been here.